Sacer event.
We are in the DGen gaming hours now, folks.
Hello, gamers. Welcome back to after a long break today. We have another banger match for you, and this is an absolute banger. This is Spacebar versus Alpha Dolphin. This is a matchup. Like
This is most certainly a matchup, and on top of that, a fantastic, if I do say so, with a little bit of bias, duo of commentators to help you all get through such a fantastic matchup.
indeed, I can't describe how insane this matchup is. Like Spacebar versus Alpha. Space is second place, hailing an 851, and Alpha has 856. This is going to be literally one of the craziest races we're going to see today. You do not want to miss this race at all.
Not at all. Yeah, so I'd say for a fact that you and me have both commentated for at least each of these racers individually. At least I know I can say I have for both Space and Alpha Dolphin. But to put them together in a lineup, oh, it's going to get spicy. We're going to see spicy levels of top-notch gameplay. We're going to be seeing caffeinated drinks go live, and I'm not joking, by the way. I know at least one of the two runners admitted behind the scenes before we jumped into the booth here that they are loaded up on drinks at the moment. And yeah, anything goes really with this. You all are going to be in for quite a treat. I myself, I don't know what to say except what I just said. And that is about it for now, but anyways, for those that are curious as to who's saying what, my name is Tempest Mask 1000, and of course, joining me is the ever so awesome Sly Sonic.
I did the punching in the air. Yeah.
Like I said, folks, we are in real DGen gaming hours right now, and with that, the race has officially begun. Oh, snap.
This race is going to be crazy. We're going to see how well these runners pull off their respective strats while I go yell at Scoob to lower the bitrate of the stream.
Probably a good idea. So right now at the moment we are looking at a successful cream skip between both of the runners, and then oop, Spacebar attempting to go for a right side flip, having to go for a second attempt. Meanwhile, Alpha Dolphin managing to seemingly get it on the first try, if I saw that correctly, and then getting a successful car boost. More all, I'm trying to say Twinkle Park. Moving all the way into Twinkle Park already. Oh God, what is wrong with my mouth today?
Yep.
Yeah, no, we are looking at some fine speed so far. It's already been a minute now, and here we go. Alpha Dolphin already attempting to do the castle skip, nearly completing it.
Yo,
We already got the final step, and there you have it.
that was really fast. That was really cleanly done by Alpha, actually. Space looking to follow that up, though. Looking very clean on his end. And there he goes.
Nicely done. Both runners already picking on the game, making the hardest tricks of the run look like child's play practically.
Yeah. Yeah, this is already intense. I think Spacebar is a little bit behind his PB, but no big deal there at all.
Oh, not at
Alpha
all.
Alpha and Spacebar are looking to finish Hedgehog Hammer. We'll see if we get some Hedgehog Hammer skips out of them. But yeah, like I said before, these gamers are literally only 5 seconds apart in terms of PV performance. So this is going to be insane. Space is like an Amy kind of specialist, and Alpha is like all around the all around Sonic Adventure DX just in general. So it's an interesting display of skill for both runners as Alpha goes for Hedgehog Hammer Skip and just about hits it. We'll see if Spacebar can follow that up cleanly as Alpha enters Hot Shelter. You love to see this hot shelter, and
Ooh.
Space fails Hedgehog Hammer skip. That is a big time deficit already, considering these gamers are already pretty far apart. Alpha leading by 6 seconds. Those 6 seconds can very much matter. Alpha does not appear to be playing on the right clip distance, so he has to deal with the spotlights on the floor. Minor inconvenience, but he trots through it like no problem.
Meanwhile, Spacebar not too far behind, having to go through the one left, three right door. And here we go into the bathroom break. Alpha Dolphin completely flushing away all his worries. And on top of that, we'll have Spacebar hopefully following suit very shortly.
This is a really, really clean performance by Alpha here. Is that a 59-second check on the button? That's crazy. This is a crazy. Oh, he misses the girder method though. That's fine. That's relatively minor compared to just having a 59 button, but spacebar looks like he hits like a 57 or a 58 button, and he gets the girder method. That's
Ooh,
actually
but Alpha Dolphin does not get the pasta skip on the first attempt. Goes for the second attempt and nails it just fine. Meanwhile, Spacebar getting it on the first attempt. Ooh, the distance just might be closing in just a tad bit now.
I think spacebar. I think spacebar is like ever so slightly ahead. It depends how he finishes out. Oh, not
Getting
getting
a
the wall,
slippery
not
wall.
getting the wall run there. It's a slight time loss. But these aimers are extremely close together out of hot shelter, as both of them get a really, really nice hot shelter.
Oh, you better believe it. But now both of them are going to be sent back to the past, a la Samurai Jack, as I tend to say, because I can't think of anything else original that involves time travel. Oh, wait, Back to the Future.
I guess this is more like a flashback scene, but Amy did not remember this at all. So we're
Yeah.
gonna be just hammer flipping through gaming. Alpha Dolphin learned how to lower the pool water, so space doesn't actually lower the pool water. Depending on how you beat the game, i.e., if you go through a certain point in Knuckles' story, you can determine if there will be water in the pool or not. And I know Spacebar prefers there to be water there. That gives you a very tight hammer jump you have to hit. But it is technically faster. But Alpha did lower the pool water before the runs today, so that he could get that easier method just with a very slight amount of time loss.
Right. It does save, or rather, it does. The difference between the two, as far as we know, it's at least zero point 0.5 to 1.5 seconds of a difference, all dependent on which of the two is active. So, of course, the golden standard for most runners is having the water drained out. So, it's not like we usually see it here, but we do. It wouldn't be the first time that we've seen it in this tournament, is what I was going to say.
Hmm. Both these
But
gamers
yeah,
are in this level
final egg.
like final. Yes, my brain. Final egg. That's what it's called. Alpha
It must be
going for
laid
banana
over by
clip.
you, Sly. I'm surprised you're up, honestly.
Hey, I mean, I was up for Sonic Free Riders at ESA. That was an experience.
Oh yeah, yeah. Funny you mentioned that. I might have been involved in
Oh,
that too.
there we go. Alpha gets the war float. Space
Nicely done.
Space does not opt to go for it. That could give Alpha a pretty sizable advantage, and he gets the clip first try. That is that wasn't the fastest float setup ever, but that is still way faster than taking the elevator. Alpha is absolutely gaming, no scoop skip, so let's see if he gets a good door here.
My
Because
prediction is door number 3 for this one, at least with Alpha Dolphin anyway. And my door prediction for Spacebar is door number
oh,
2.
come on, Alpha. Okay, Alpha gets the past the door. That's not too bad. Space will go for scoop skip. I know he will. He misses scoop skip, which
Ooh.
is unfortunate.
Very much so,
And
but
door one from space.
no.
Oh,
So just imagine he would have gotten a little bit more time saved if the scoop skip was completed. You hate to see it, but at the very least, he can get at least you can slightly rest assured knowing that the door RNG wasn't as nasty as we have seen through a good amount of this tournament.
That basically nullifies the time Alpha took to get Warfloat there. We have to wait for the pace update, but this is super close. Alpha just about leading by 5 seconds. That is insane.
So what you're saying is the slightest difference or stoppage in movement can easily determine just how much of a ahead or behind one runner is from the other. And we're already seeing this on lap number 1. But of course, you still also have 0 to account for. After all, we got to see how many quick hits any of these two runners get for the first round, excuse me. And I suspect that we could see 2.
Yeah,
We've seen our fair share of 2.
I know Spacefire is a really, really good Zero fighter, but I'm not quite sure how Alpha will go about it. Hopefully, Alpha can deal the quick hits. I trust he can, though. Remember, these are top level runners in their element, basically.
I couldn't
He
agree
gets
more.
the setup. Okay. Oh, Alpha misses that quick hit. Unfortunate. That
That
could
could
help
be
Space
huge.
catch up. He misses the second one. Space doesn't look like a good setup, but he still gets the quick hit. Alpha closes off with a 923. Spacebar fumbling the bag a bit, ending with a 925. He could have taken the lead there, but he fumbled that 0 hit at the end. But still, these gamers are only 2 seconds apart. This is crazy.
Yeah, this is going to be anyone's race so far. We
Oh,
have to wait and see just how it is with lap 3 because that is only a 2-second distance from one another. That can easily change in the span of a single trick.
absolutely. Just as a reminder, that was a 923. That is really good. That is indescribably good. Space gets running cream. Alpha trying to go for running cream, slight bonkage, but still really fast. Space getting an instant right side. Alpha getting an instant right side. This is super clean from both runners. This is actually kind of insane to look at. Like Space getting the car boost. Of course he does. He's Spacebar. Of course he will get the car boost. I
Alpha
didn't quite.
Dolphin following right behind, and we now get into Twinkle Park Round 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Here we
Folks,
go.
we need to see another castle skip.
The big decider. Space looking good. Okay, he's on the top part of the roof. Alpha
Alpha
missing.
misses. Oh,
Uh-oh.
this could be huge.
As Spaceball gets a really clean castle skip. A 26 castle
Second
skip is...
try fails on Alpha Dolphin's side as well.
Oh no.
Can't quite get it,
Go
but
on,
could the
Alpha.
fourth time be the charm? No!
No!
Oh,
Alpha.
this is massive. Oh, this is not something this is not something you're gonna want to be seeing at all. Oh, geez. At that point, if I were Alpha Dolphin, after the fourth try, I would have at least attempted the mirror skip as the alternative. Like, you gotta know when to use your backups to hopefully save at least a bit more time. Sure, this is the faster method overall, but if you do this way too many times, then that time save overall isn't gonna mean much.
That's a 40-second deficit right there. That boosts Space lead massively. It this is crazy. But this is Amy's story. Anything can happen. Both of these are very well seasoned runners though. So it depends what happens in Hot Shoulder, what kind of strats they're going for. It also can depend on wall float. I wonder if Alpha is going for full wall float all the way. Space
Ooh,
hitting hammer skip, of course.
yes,
Love to see it.
sir. This time making up for the lack thereof, as seen in lap number 1. And completing the elevator skip, going through the door. And yeah, so far looking pretty spicy, as per usual. This is Spacebar Gaming after all. And then Alpha
Mhm.
Dolphin is seemingly setting up for the Hedgehog Hammer skip. We'll have to see just how well that goes. Of course, Alpha Dolphin needs just about any success that he can find to make up, hopefully, for that 40-second deficit that the castle skip caused.
Alpha getting Hedgehog Hammer skip. Very nice. Space falling
Spacebar
off.
fumbling just a little bit, trying to go for the quick entry into that hole to
Oh
enter
no.
section 2. Fumbles again. Looks like it's going to have to be the good old step ladder method, of course.
50-second check from spacebar. That is not what you like to see at all. But he gets on through. He's going for left side gears here. Of course, it's spacebar. That cycle looked a little bit off, but that was really well backed up by space there.
I'm surprised he just narrowly avoided getting hit over there, but it looks like he won't be going for the girder method, so yeah, it didn't look like there was enough momentum to keep things going on the side of the bridge, so I don't blame him for just taking it simple here. But of course, moving into the pasta skip, let's see how many attempts it will take this time. It could very well be the first try again, and yes, it does, because as Sly said, it's spacebar. What do you expect at this rate?
Alpha getting through really cleanly, saving a lot of time from Space's little meltdown there. Getting the
Ooh,
alternative girder method.
that's really cool. Nicely done. I don't
Nicely
think I've
done.
ever
He just
seen
needs
that.
to hit this, and he gets through past the skip. This is a big time save for Alpha. I think Space has a 156. I can't quite tell, but it's around there.
Yeah, the timer is a little bit crunched, so it is a little bit hard to make out right now, but I would agree there.
Yeah, Alpha not
Ooh,
quite getting the wall run, but that's all right. That's minor time loss. And
yeah, might
Alpha
as well.
just recovered about 10 to 15 seconds from that. That was very cleanly done. He needs everything that he can get, and the doors need to be on his side as well if he wants to take back an early lead. Like I said, race of the century. Not only are they really good at Amy's story, but like the friendship between these two is insane. Space and Alpha go together like bread and butter. So seeing this battle is insane.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. We truly are in the midst of peakness right now, and there's nothing that can really prove me wrong right now, as far as I can tell. Even
Just
with
to
slight mistakes, these two are just playing their heart out right now.
Yeah, just to recap a little bit, since I did see it pop up in chat, depending on how far you get into Knuckles' story, you can adjust how the pool is set up for Amy, whether it's full or not. So Spacebar opts to have a full pool, while Alpha went to change it to an empty pool, by progressing through Knuckles' story. So now Spacebar is going to be moving through. Hopefully, nothing too bad of an error. Maybe we can see a wall float, but I wouldn't really bank on wall float if I was Spacebar.
Right. It doesn't seem like
Or
Spacebar
maybe
is
I
all
will.
that. Ooh, wait a minute.
There he
Oh,
goes. A very clean clip in.
I was gonna say it didn't seem like Spacebar was one to usually capitalize on this trick, but then again, from what I should have remembered, it's I don't know actually. I can't even remember if I've seen Space do this before, but yeah, we got the moonwalk.
Oh, you should watch the GDQ relay. Space hit this entire trick, and Space falls down.
No way! That is huge for Alpha Dolphin. Space is not quite happy with that, as we can tell.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Okay, Alpha gets the wall float. If he can get the clip up, he saves a lot of time. He basically recovers the lead. And he gets through. Oh, that looks so sketchy, but he got through. This is
Anything could
huge
have
for
happened
Alpha.
there.
But what do
Anything
the
could have
doors
happened.
have to say? What do the doors have to say about this? We will find out.
I'm just gonna say double door number one.
No door 1 for Alpha. Door 1 for Space!
Ooh,
Door
that
2 for
more than
Alpha!
wow, that could very well put these two at a practically even pace.
This is crazy even right now. This, like,
Holy crap.
let's see, 802 metal and 802 metal. They are 2 seconds apart right now. I
It's
think Alpha
back
is
to
in the
square one.
I think Alpha is in the lead with these 2 seconds, but I just know they're 2 seconds apart. That's crazy.
I could believe that. It's hard to tell at a first glance, but I could believe that. Although
Yep,
I wouldn't be
Alpha.
surprised if it's actually Space in the lead right now.
Yep, Alpha's in the lead by 1.69 seconds. This is crazy pace right here from both of these runners. This jungle movement can mean everything to them. They so far have gone through cleanly. Space grabbing the ladder very high up as well. Alpha, very similar thing there. Both gamers climbing up the ladder. Space going as early as possible. Alpha, does he know the visual cue? Yes, he does. Both these runs are really, really similar in their pace right now as they head to 0. Will we see some? It comes down to quick hits. If Space can get all the quick hits, he can potentially recover time. But this is close. This is coming down to the wire. It all comes down to this last. I mean, this is intense.
I don't blame you for feeling that way at all. A single mistake will easily break this lead, and we have seen both a choke on one hand with Space's side getting hit,
No,
and
Space.
geez, I hate the fact that I just brought it up and then we saw it
The
happen. But it
RTA
looks like
sync.
RTA sync indeed.
And Alpha gets an extra 2 seconds right there, but a 940 from Alpha and a 942 from Space. That Alpha is in the lead by probably like 4 seconds right now. This is actually just insane to watch.
I fully agree, and even though this is going to still be anybody's race, this has probably been one of the closest matches we've had, alongside the fact that we I mean, this is me saying this despite us having a I can't even talk right now.
Yeah. You see how it feels? Space getting another running cream right there. Into an instant right side, of course, it's just Space. He just does the thing. Alpha not quite getting the running cream, having to stutter a little, but that's fine. And, oh, Alpha not getting right side first try. That's huge. Oh,
Not
not
even
getting
on
it
the
second
second
try.
try. This is kind of crucial for Alpha Dolphin.
No,
Third try
Alpha!
failing. Oh no, he's
Okay,
going for
he's...
left side straight up. I do not blame him.
Yeah, that's really rough to see. I mean, castle skip is happening, so we'll just let the magic unfold. But that's a big time loss
Oh,
for
wait a
Alpha.
second.
Space. Oh, not getting it second try. Come on, surely. Come on, Space. And okay, Space is in the clear.
Oh wow, that looked a bit scary for a moment there, but Space eventually hung on tight and then managed to cinch a pretty fast, a very respectively fast Twinkle Park. And it looks like Alpha Dolphin is just about there. Okay, good. Almost
Okay.
done with his castle skip. Come on, we gotta see it. Yes,
There we
sir.
go.
Practically the first try and a half, technically. Had to take a bit of a pause within the quarter to halfway point, but just managing to hang on and getting that height boost just right.
Spacebar. Oh, spacebar. Okay, Spacebar's in the clear. He almost literally lost Hedgehog Hammer. That would have been a turn of events, but
Yeah, oh, that would have been so bad.
Alpha is getting comfortably in the clear to finish it at least. But yeah, Spacebar is ahead as of Twinkle Park because of those right side fails. If it weren't for right side, then this would still be insanely close. This is still close, don't mind me, but
Oh yeah, no, it is.
this is intense. Space hit Warrior Feathers, Hedgehog Hammer skip and got 2 clean clips. There, we'll see if Alpha can follow up with that Hedgehog Hammer skip. He needs all he can get for this race. Come on, Alpha.
Let's see it.
There we go.
Ooh, Spacebar not quite getting the instant momentum he would have wanted to cross the aquarium pool. But still, manages to get across to the 1 left, 3 right, and opens that up just fine. So it's only a minor time loss, but still something very well worth pointing out in my opinion.
For sure.
Alright, bathroom break, here we go. Flushing down is Spacebar, and Alpha Dolphin not too far behind, still having to go up the step ladders, of course. And then Spacebar now
Clean,
trying to run the bridge. Let's
clean
see if
left
we can
side
get that girder
gears.
method.
101 button from space, very clean left side gears as well. And okay, he's taking his time with the girder method. I salute that choice.
Fully agree.
Left side from Alpha as well. Let's see it.
Nicely
Money,
done. It's Alpha
money.
Dolphin. What do we expect at this rate?
Alpha getting a 102 button check, very slightly worse than spacebar, but space.
Ooh,
Oh,
look through the bridge. Oh, that's going to be a little bit tough because that obviously means having to go for the spring method. It's a little bit slower, and at this point, Spacebar can probably revel in just about any time loss that Alpha Dolphin gets, including a
oh,
not first try successful pasta skip, and that was a very weird choice of words on my grammar part.
this is crazy. Alpha is losing a lot of time to second try pass skip like that. On a scale of this time, on a scale like this, every amount of time counts, and Alpha not having the prettiest hot shelter ever is still an amazing 151 performance from him, but
Right,
it's just
manages
not
to get
enough.
that wall run finally this time around because I know that was something he was struggling with just a little bit those previous laps. So getting to see it here must be feeling at least good about that.
Absolutely. The gamers are now on their way to final egg. Alpha in the flashback sequence. Spacebar is in the lead by 20 seconds. Technically still within door range, but it comes down to Space also making a pretty big mistake and getting very bad doors. It's looking very good for Spacebar right now. A 20-second lead at this level of gameplay, a 20-second lead is very comfortable, but it also depends if Space wants to go all out, if he's in fear of Alpha.
All right, folks. So as we are entering Spacebar's final egg on lap 3, we got to get
Ooh,
one more series of door predictions going right away.
alright,
Sly, what is your guess?
I'm going to guess. Oh, I'm gonna say it comes down to skill. It's gonna be door 3 for both of them.
Ooh, that would be interesting. But then it also could come down to what method they decide to investigate first, because I don't doubt those two are going to probably stick to the script and go for the usual method. But we've been surprised before in this tournament. We've seen a few runners do it a little differently. Natborn Killa with usually going for the pasta door first, Anik going for the right side of the doors first, or just going for whatever he feels like doing on a whim. It could
Yeah.
come down to a single decision, easily just changing up that sense of the RNG and
Yeah.
even furthering the potential time
Alright.
gap. It all depends.
Oh, Alpha doesn't quite get the clip, but he's going to restart for it. He is going for wall float. He is going all in on wall float.
That's a pretty gutsy move considering that at this rate, if you can't get it, which he does, then you're going to be losing a lot more time having initiated that restart in the first place. But
Oh,
it paid
come
off.
on. Oh, Space got door 1 as well.
Oh
He got a
my
triple door
god.
1.
Oh my god. So at this rate, it all comes down
Yeah.
to 0.
Alpha getting through wall float, that is going to actually make up a pretty good chunk of time. He just really needs door 1 right now. Going for scoop skip, gets door
And
1!
successful door number 1 with the skip.
Oh my god. Okay.
No!
This is actually way closer now. This is way closer. Alpha just saved a lot of time by getting wall float. And oh my god. Come on. This is
I don't
insane.
know. I don't know, Sly. This could easily still be Spaces if he manages to get a flawless 0. I think it's going to have to come down to choking on something during the fight in order for things to go a little more toward Alpha Dolphin's way.
Spacebar is 15 seconds ahead, so it will take a 0 meltdown for Alpha to catch up, but anything can happen. It is Zero. He can be very finicky to work with, but obviously both these are well seasoned runners. But we've seen Space kind of fumble a bit. Space is also technically on PB pace, I think.
Oh, that would be interesting to see happen right here.
Actually,
A
no,
victory
he's
and a
not.
PB. I'm sure Space wouldn't have it any other way if that's indeed the reality of this situation.
He's not. I think he's comparing to something else. He gets a quick hit there, doesn't quite get the second one from the looks of it, but still very cleanly covers with a 9-11-33 on Spaces, and Alpha
Ooh.
looking to finish up. This is actually still a very close,
I don't know
relatively
about this
speaking.
one.
Yeah,
I'm
it
pretty sure
is.
this is going to be Spacebar's race to win because unfortunately Alpha Dolphin just could not hit that raft in time. We are already past that 4-second barrier, or at the very, or well, actually no, maybe I may stand corrected. We'll just have to
And
see, but I think this is definitely
oh,
Space to win.
that was very clean from Alpha. That was a really clean zero fight, and ending off with a 931, and that is GG's. Space is our winner.
Oh
He will be
man,
moving
what a
on.
race!
He will be
What
moving
a
on to the
goddamn race!
winners finals.
And rightfully so. After after putting up with a slight second difference and persevering, whereas Alpha Dolphin going for some of the bigger, badder tricks and not quite nailing it on the first go, but just still managing to be persistent and trying for it regardless. Oh, that could have went any way. There was just no reason to look away from the screen for a second. That was hot.
That was crazy good from both runners, and Spacebar does take the lead by a mere 15 seconds. So many swaps between leads. This is insane. Well done to the gamers. We'll hopefully be seeing the end screen soon and getting the runners in here. Hello, Spacebar.
Hello.
All right. We have a lot to talk about.
I know, my goodness.
I'm not sure where Alpha is, but we have a lot to talk about.
It
Space.
looks like
Dude,
Alpha's
okay.
stream is
I,
entirely shut
I
right now. I
feel
don't know what we're gonna
so
see.
bad good right now. Like, how is it possible that I got 3 door ones? Did anybody, like, notice
Yeah,
that? How do we see that twice in a tournament? How do we even see a single person get the same door 3 times in a row, let alone 3 door ones happen, another 3 door ones, and 3 door fives? How does that happen?
no,
True. Oh my god.
that was intense. Alpha
I
put
only
up a
won because of the
very-
doors. I literally only won because of the doors. It's crazy. That's
Yeah, I think Alpha got like door 2 on the second race, and I can't remember what he got for the first one. But it wasn't like door 1. I think it might have been door 4 for Alpha. But yeah, it
Alpha
really did
get
come
a
down to
pasta
that.
door at one point. I do remember this.
Yeah, that was intense. Alpha put up a very fierce fight, though. It came down to like little things. It came down to like running cream. It came down to
dude. It came down to 3 door ones, dude. Like, oh my goodness, 15 seconds. That's the difference between 3 doors. Like, if he got a single door 4, that's the reason why he lost. Like, that's wild.
yeah.
On top
yeah,
I
of that,
didn't. I did
absolutely.
not play well. Like, you saw some of the mistakes I was making. I made some really bad mistakes this run.
Yeah, no, you still had a very good run. You still had a very good set of runs. Alpha did fight back a lot. He got a wall float on every single attempt. So
Wow. See, I played soft. Like, he really deserved the win. He did. I think he did deserve it.
yeah, when I was accidentally speaking over you, you said you felt good bad, and I understood why. Like, it's just, I can only imagine that Alpha Dolphin is really feeling just the pain right now of like coming so close and yet coming so far. But as Sly said, putting up a fantastic fight and just a very commendable effort.
absolutely.
Unbelievable. Insane.
It doesn't look like we'll be seeing Alpha anywhere soon. That's understandable. But still, Spacebar, thank you very much for putting up a great show. You did really, really well with all those races again.
I
Oh,
was
Alpha is
very
here.
nervous.
There
I was-
we go. There's the gamer.
Alpha,
What's up?
how do you feel about that?
I'm fucking mad.
We don't blame
Dude.
you at all. Like,
I-
I can only imagine the moment I saw that stream go down, I'm like, oh yeah, he's feeling pretty raw on that one. And you know what? I don't blame you. You attempted to do the wall float at that final lap. It took a couple of times, and I would say that unfortunately the tenacity ended up backfiring ever so slightly. But even then, you still put up a good show, and you know, despite things not quite working out at the end, your performance was still good enough that this still could have been your match. And for what that's worth, that's great.
Yeah, I had in the second race a 940. I lost 40 seconds in Castle Skip.
And that was unfortunate to watch. Alpha, are you aware of the door situation that we're in?
Yeah. No, I am worried. That's why I'm mad. I didn't want to join because I did wall flow 3 times, and I got fucked. I got still fucked by the game, which is not cool. But you know, it,
Yeah, no,
You
no,
haven't.
you didn't. Okay,
Anything else?
okay, listen,
If I had
you
got
didn't.
a door 4 in the last race, if I got a door 4, you win. But I got a
Listen,
door 1
if
3 times
you-
in a row.
Yeah,
I didn't know
you
that.
didn't.
Dude,
you
3
didn't-
times in a row, 1 in 125 chance, and it already happened this tournament. How?
Man.
Yeah, you didn't get fucked by the game. The game was just blessing Spacebar with 3 door ones.
I mean, at
Dude,
least I got a 107 final leg on the last race.
Yeah, that
Wow.
was crazy good. You
I
got
didn't look the whole time, and then when I was going into the third final leg, I looked and I saw I was ahead, and I was like, I'm just gonna do a normal final leg. I'm not even gonna risk anything. And I was thinking about checking the doors backwards because I was like, there's no way I'm getting a door 1 again. But I just remembered so many people switching it up, and I was like, no. All those people who had fallen by switching their doors up, I stuck to the guns, and it was another door 1, and that's why I won. Because if I checked reverse doors, I would have lost. Oh my god, crazy! What a crazy! I cannot wait to watch that back.
That was absolutely unreal. So, with that, Spacebar, you will be moving on to the winners final against Nixer. And Alpha, you still have a chance to come back because you are just going to be in the losers' quarters. You will be facing off against Chris in the losers' quarters.
Oh yeah, I'll be back in Grand Space. You better fuck up Nixer or send him down. I'll fuck him up in losers.
Yeah, it's over for Nixer now. My door 1 RNG is just off the charts.
This winners' final is literally a battle between first place and second place. That is crazy.
Not only that, but the losers is going to be a bit of a match of determination. Alpha wanting to fight it back, whereas as Chris just wanting to prove a point. And what can I say? This ought to be interesting. Both matches you do not want to miss, folks.
Also, I have one thing to say before we go. Space, you realize that we both said the highest, the best time of the tournament. We both did in like each
crazy.
other. We beat
Yeah.
every single Nixer times from this tournament. Both of us.
Dude, this race must have been absurd to watch.
Yes, we're watching it right now, right after
Yeah,
this.
Un-
it's so
Undeniably absurd. Like, congrats again to you two. Those were, I'm pretty sure those were literally the best times of the entire tournament. And yeah, you guys could be seeing each other again from the looks of things.
Oh, we will. We will. Trust me, we will.
It will
I'm
be
not done.
interesting if
Yeah.
you indeed do. Like, I personally want to see it. This would be like a battle between two friends, the top gamers, the cream of the crop, to see who wins it all. That would be the comeback of the century. But I gotta also quickly ask, Space, you were trying to go for a higher score in lap 1, and you were pretty close to getting somewhere with that. How would you have felt if you came that close to toppling Anik?
I think it's gonna happen inevitably. Just give it a couple more attempts. We're gonna break
Those
10K.
are some fighting words right there.
Yeah, I'm going for that. I'm coming for that headshot camera time.
Oh snap! Well, you heard it here, folks. Anik,
Headshot
you
camera
better be putting your blessings toward your score because I don't know. We got someone that wants to put that 1,000-degree knife right through the damn number screen. I don't know. I was trying to think of something clever for that one. Can you blame me?
No,
I can't.
And
Alright.
as we are going to wrap up now, Spacebar as our champion, as per usual, you can pick a raid target for us to get sent off to for the day. As we remind everyone what's happening very soon, we have the winners finals, we have the losers quarters. Losers quarters involve Mimic versus Napborn and Alpha versus Chris, and they will all be going for the grand finals. Nixer versus Spacebar in the winners finals. Whoever wins that will go to grands, and we will see how that pans out for everyone.
Meanwhile, I also think it would be well worth pointing out that for those who might be following some of the other SAESR events, submissions have just closed for Not the Same, so if you all are looking forward to seeing how that schedule is going to turn out, as that event will be happening midway through this month, stay tuned. It looks like we're going to be having that hopefully soon anyway.
For sure,
I think I
we
found a pretty interesting raid target here. We don't usually go to. I think Alpha might approve. Connor 75.
Yes, let's fucking go. Connor's so cool. I love Connor.
Oh wait, it's a race apparently. So qualifier race. That's
Oh,
how.
are we rating the DK64?
Yeah, it's the Connor 75.
Wait, we might as well raid DK64 speedruns if it's a race.
Oh, okay, then let's do that.
Yeah.
Alright. We'll shoot you over there then.
Any last words, though, from Alpha and Spacebar before we indeed initiate that raid?
That was that will be the best race of the tournament. There's no other better race, I think. IMO, I don't think no one will beat that, and I'm proud of it. This is one of the best gaming I've ever done, probably in my entire life, and also one of the worst mistakes I've ever done in my entire life. And I'm proud to have it done with one of my best friends. That's all I have to say.
Alright. Thank you all for watching. We'll be sending you off to DK64 speedruns from one speedrunning event to another. I hope you all enjoyed the DK64 rando. And
with that in mind, on behalf of everyone here in this very call, we thank you all for tuning into the Amy's Story Tournament. We will see you all tomorrow. But for now, good night, good day, good afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Until next time, gamers.
The raid already went.